Hi, it's Trudy again. I'm going to try to be a little briefer this time, but I just have to tell you what's going on with this oxygen thing. If you've been following along, which probably not many of you are, but anyone who is would know that after I came out of the hospital, they sent me home with oxygen. It was supposed to be temporary. I'm also dealing with a situation where my insurance coverage is lapsing at the end of February. This is February 29th today, so this is the last day. I've called the oxygen place, the people that brought the oxygen, and I've asked them to pick it up. They told me they can't pick it up without a doctor signing off on the whole thing. And I told them there was no doctor, at least it was not a doctor with a private practice. The hospitalist doctor was the one who sent me home with the oxygen. And apparently I'm supposed to go to my primary care physician, and they're supposed to make the determination of whether I'm supposed to, when I'm supposed to get off of the oxygen. I haven't used the oxygen in a couple of weeks because it's just very inconvenient and I don't feel a need for it. So I called my primary care physician, which turns out actually, I'm just finding out now, I'm not very observant sometimes, that she is not a doctor, she's a nurse of some kind. Alright, so I called her office, and they tell me that I need to talk to the pulmonologist. Now the pulmonologist, again, if anybody's been following along, the pulmonologist pretty much wrote me off when he found out that I was going to not have insurance very soon. His next appointment is like 6 months down the road, even though he said I had severe COPD and needed to do something about it right now. Okay, so then my primary care physician calls the pulmonologist's office. The pulmonologist's office calls me, and they say, well, you have to come in and you have to do a series of tests, and then we'll know whether you should be off the oxygen or not. Okay, well, guess what, folks? And this is what I told them. The insurance is running out. There will be no one to pay for this. So it's irrelevant whether I need the oxygen or not. And so the secretary there at the pulmonologist's office goes, tricky. All right, well, here's the tricky part. The thing is that there is some kind of ethical issue involved with a doctor signing off on the oxygen without seeing me. But somehow it's not an ethical issue for the doctor to not see me because there is no insurance. Go figure. This is, again, the crux of the whole healthcare problem that I am addressing in these videos. On one side now, if you actually have been following, on one side I am dealing with my own personal issues of what this disease means and where it's going to go and how much time do I have. But again, the thing that's really underneath my skin here is that lack of information, a lack of adequate health care if there is no insurance. As a matter of fact, there's a total lack of health care if there is no insurance. I'm not old enough yet for Medicare, and from what I understand, Medicare doesn't cover it all either. You've got to have more insurance on top of that. My breast and cervical cancer treatment program is over today. I have not received confirmation from the insurance company themselves, but my oncologist tells me that's the way it works. And then another physician had told me in the last few weeks that I could get a letter telling me that my insurance has lapsed, that we're done, and it happened weeks ago. And in which case I'm responsible for anything that happened after that point. And this is why it's important to me to get this oxygen out of here. It's $300+ a month for this oxygen. I can't afford it. Now, again, I'm going to bring this up. I am working 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Okay? To put food on my table, the table that I share with my granddaughter that I've adopted, and to pay our electric bill, and our phone bill, and our water bill, and all these other things that have to be taken care of. I was managing my credit card debt pretty well until the last couple of months when I wasn't able to work, and now I've got some credit card debt. So that's going to be taken care of. I can't really go to Social Security yet. I'm just not old enough. But soon, before the end of this year, I'll be eligible. And where I was going to take it at 66, I guess now I'll take it at 62. That just seems to be the best way to go for me. Okay, but back to the healthcare thing. So here we are in this limbo. And what's going to happen in the end is I'm going to have to call the oxygen place to come and pick up the oxygen, and I will have to sign a waiver saying I am doing this against doctor's orders. I'm not sure what that means. I kind of think that in the end, what's going to happen is that's going to come back on me, and they're going to say, well, it's your own fault, and therefore we won't treat you. Some kind of thing like that, you know. So, who knows? All I know is I can't afford the oxygen. I'm not using the oxygen. The doctors have written me off. If I don't have insurance, they have written me off. I'm not being seen, and I will not be seen. The guy that ordered the oxygen doesn't have a private practice, so he's not involved in it. There's nobody here to take responsibility for this except me, and I've got to do it by saying that I'm doing it against doctor's orders, which is a lie. I'm not doing it against anybody's orders. I just can't pay for it. So, here we are. You can work 3 jobs in America. You can be someone who does not sit on their butt and complain and go, poor me. All right? You can be someone who's out there doing everything that they can do, and you can still be refused health care. Welcome to America. All right, Occupy movement, step up. Somebody step up. Lead this movement. I'm sure everybody heard Jimmy Carter say the other day, that I guess maybe a week or so ago, that the Occupy movement was the most successful movement in recent times that did not have a leader. You know, we need our own Martin Luther King, someone who's going to stand for the poor, whether they're black, white, green, orange, purple, whatever. Because this isn't about race. It stopped being about race a long time ago. This is about poverty. This is about working your little self to death and still living in poverty. So, that's it for today. I'm going to keep it short. I just want to tell you about the whole ethical thing, how it can be ethical this way, that he doesn't want to sign off on the oxygen because he hasn't seen me, but it's not an ethical issue if he doesn't see me because I have no health insurance. Go figure. All right, I'm done. See ya.